Hey,
Hey, we in there.
welcome back, everyone. My name is Lauren, joined by the memer and dreamer himself, Haas. This is week one,
It
Heroes Hype
is.
Tempo Storm series, and we've had some incredible play. Right now, we have players unknown going up against. Who?
Uh,
I'm good at this. I know
Team
Team
Naas.
Team Naas.
Team
And
Naas.
an update on the other side of the bracket. Blank and Miasma will be squaring off. And I believe the victor of that will go on to face whoever wins this next match.
It will indeed. We're in the semi-finals already. This is relatively early for a Heroes hype. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
we're rolling through. They're
We
going
are
through map
indeed.
bans now, so we'll be jumping into the next game shortly. Let me go. Well, we're not in the lobby yet, so I'll know what side. I was going to update the names because I'm good at this and I know what I'm doing. But we are at $699 for our donation, our prize pool. We wanted to try to hit 700 tonight. I donated $10 on account of Ginger Dread and Azebo showing up.
I still
I
need to
did.
do that. So
Oh, then
we
we've done it.
we just
Then
hit
we're good.
700 anyway. We just
So,
hit 700.
oh, literally as we're talking
We
about
in
this,
there, yeah.
impressive. Thank you,
700.
community, showing love for these teams. Very exciting stuff. Thank you.
Cheers, fam.
Exclamation point Matcherino. If you haven't done it yet, you can head over to the Matcherino site, sign up, put in a code, and it'll add $1 to the donation pool. And it'll be a really big thank you to these teams. After 5 weeks, teams you sign up each week, and the teams with the top amount of points will be able to play in the finals, where they'll go for the prize pool. So if
Yeah, they
you
will.
you're new to Heroes Hype, you haven't seen this before, and you want to bring your team into it, you can just sign up next week, every Wednesday for the next 5 weeks. So go ahead and jump in on the fun. A lot of
Yeah.
we had like over 20 teams sign up this week,
22 teams today, I think. So
and that's
yeah.
huge. That's a huge
Yeah, for
turnout.
sure. Especially like seeing
Like,
some teams come off the back of Dorm and then putting teams together for that. I know Rising Taquitos, which has like half of UCI squad, they still want to play
yeah.
competitive, so they're around. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Wolf, Kwanzaa, and Co. Come in next week. I don't know if they had a team this week, but I know they played HGC Open, so good to see all these Dorm players coming back and still contributing to the scene.
Yeah, it's really cool to see that, and it's good to see that that competitive drive is still going for them. And this is a great place to really stoke those flames.
Yeah.
Going through the map bans now. I'm really glad that we cleared 700. That was our goal for the night. Like, we've only had the donation pool open for a few days, and it's just it's really cool to see.
So
The,
roll
the
on
admins,
800, right? 800 by the end of the
that's
night?
the
Yeah.
by the end of the night, that
But
would be
yeah, 800
ambitious,
by the
but
end of
not
finals. Come on.
impossible. Not at all
Yeah.
impossible.
I believe.
I would love to see that personally. Um, it's just really cool to see that Tempo Storm's partnered with us for this series, but the community response. You look at the donations, people who have invested from the community. It's been really cool. MC Sun 24 dropped $120. That's not too shabby at all. Tetra from EU Haas, your
EU law.
brethren
Am I right?
jumped in there. Rubies, Dark
Yeah.
Chimera.
Hey, Rubies, who is actually on
Lindaberg.
Miasma.
Yeah.
Rubies is playing on Miasma tonight. Dark is in there as well. Windaber, Kalaris donated some as well. I believe he bought one of Yuna's play sessions. So yeah, he's a big fan apparently.
Yeah, there's different ways to get involved. There's still some slots
sure.
available for a play session. Renisaurus was in the chat earlier. She's like, I'll flame somebody for an hour. So if you want to get roasted,
Yeah.
by
If you want to get flamed while playing with someone who's a great streamer and a great member of the community, go for it.
yeah, why not? And there may be other opportunities yet. Temple Storm has really embraced Heroes Hype for this series. Already in week one, so it's been really cool to see the community take part in it. If the 3 Rennie sessions go, then we would be super close to that $800 donation. So if you love Renisaurus, you want to play some games with her for an hour, you know how entertaining a streamer she is, I wholeheartedly invite you to join in on that fun and help continue to support this effort. When you think about it, with over 20 people signing up, that's 100 players
Yep.
that have shown up for this tournament, and the level of play that we've seen, they're obviously practicing. You don't
Yeah,
see
for
this
sure.
kind of coordination in team league. I can tell you that.
Wait, are you telling me that
So
Team League is not a good way to practice and that matchmaking is terrible? Is that what you're trying to say, Haller? Like,
I wasn't trying to say all that. I'm just saying when I've taken a duo in a team league, and it's, there's a measure of debauchery to be had more often than not. But I mean, the point I'm trying to make is like these teams put in a lot of time and effort. So to see them show up week in and week out and put on these great performances for us, and give us these amazing games to watch, it's really cool to see the community um, respond and be like, hey, like, we appreciate what you're doing, and I know it means a lot to the players as well. So consider doing it.
speaking of that, shout out to May for subbing. That's some money going to the BlizzCon party fund. So,
Oh.
thanks for that, May.
Should be pretty close to the map bans were starting.
Should have started. How hard is it to ban Warhead and D-Shire and then pick them up? Come on. It's not that hard. But yeah, so Salt Shakers are also pretty decent if you ever
Yeah.
get mad in solo queue, which, let's be fair, that's everyone in NA. You can get a Salt Shaker stress ball kind of thingy for $8. Like, it's not bad at all. Come on. Tempo Storm, we have a legendary t-shirt and the Tempo Storm logo t-shirt. That's $25. I mean, it's not bad for a t-shirt either, or a Tempo Storm jersey, which, as I said, Artemis has claimed are extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
And repping your favorite NA Heroes team. That isn't LSU, of course.
Well, same. Pickrick.
Pickrick.
We do have an update. Team Naas banned out Warhead. Players Unknown decided to take Braxis off the board in a very surprising turn of events.
I say we're going to...
I think we might be going back to Shrines. That's my gut.
I'm feeling Shrines, or maybe a D-Shire. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Cursed. That's what I'm
yeah. I know that's a map that you... Oh, BOE! BOE! Ooh.
Spicy.
We're going to see a different aspect to Players Unknown's play. We've been following them all night. I also have a question for you. Has the conversation started, or is it warranted, to ban Lucio in the first round against Players Unknown at this point?
I mean, then you're giving up Tassel to Zarya, so probably not. I mean, we've seen them 1-2 it. They actually have never had the chance to pick the Malfurion, so we may even see them go for that. Like, if they're able to 1-2 Mouth, because they are second pick, I believe. Actually, no, they're first pick, so... Okay, no, they're getting Lucio or Mouth in the 2-3, so never lucky, I guess. We could see like a Tass. We could see them ban Lucio and let Tass slide. Tass isn't the greatest on this map. It's arguably his weakest, but of course, it is still Tassida, so he does still get tons of value.
Yeah, I mean, when you see a team make use of heroes to this effect, and there are heroes that are such an X factor that it's so common to see them get banned out first, it opens up these different possibilities. Like earlier on, we saw Medivh get banned twice from Players Unknown, and they've demonstrated their player pool is so deep that they don't even need these supposed one-trick heroes. But when you're able to, strike fear in the mind of your opponent pretty much by being like, I don't want to get caught by this Medivh or this Li Ming, that's how you end up with Lucio every game. It's tough.
We could actually see Picante maybe even pick up Li Ming here, to be fair. It is a great pick on BOE, but so is Greymane, because they're first pick. We could see the opposing team take that Greymane in the 1-2, so it would allow for the Li Ming to come through. Medivh, also not the worst hero on this map. I would like to see some Domo Medivh come out. We'll have to wait and see on that respect.
Yeah, he's top Medivh in A. Like, he's up there.
Yeah,
anytime you think about Medivh, he's one of the few players that you go into Hero League. Like, his Medivh is so known. Yep. It's just like random strangers like, oh, I've heard about this guy. His reputation precedes him. I'm banning Medivh.
Yeah, he is probably the best Medivh on the NA server. And I think that's fair to say. Unfortunately, you can't say the same again about Picante because you have people like Crowan who are just also Ming gods. But Medivh, it's that very niche hero that Domo can make work in like 80% of situations, especially in
Yeah.
Hero League, but a little bit harder to do in competitive. But he'll pull it out every now and then, and it got him as far as it did in Dorm.
Yeah, I mean, the more we see players unknown, the more I feel like they're a team that you have to watch out for. I mean, they have 3 members on our team that are sub 30 in Grandmaster in Hero League, so they definitely have the technical ability. We've seen it all night. And you gotta feel like if you're a member, players unknown, and you're putting out these kind of performances, and you're taking games off of teams that are winning the open division, you gotta feel hopeful about your future. So it's cool to see like a set of rising stars like this.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the semi-final, don't forget as well. So these teams are guaranteed bonus points in the standings. The way it works is you get 1 point per round you play in. So they would have played 32, 16, 8. So they've got 3 points secured already, plus this 4th point here for playing in this game. And then the winning team will have the chance to earn obviously more in the finals. But the losing team is not out yet. They can still secure 3rd place in that playoff match, getting them even more juicy points towards those final standings.
I think we are going to have the draft ready. Updated team names and stuff because I'm good at this and I know what I'm doing. In the lobby, I said, "Hey, Miss Sud, dude." And he's like, "Sud."
Sud.
All right,
yeah,
here
like
we
some,
go. Battlefield.
Some Kanye Sadits.
Ogrim in the chat says, "Show draft, please and thanks." Well, let's start it now. So here we go.
Chill.
Here we go. But players unknown, I believe, enjoy the luxury as a first pick, first ban, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they certainly do.
They'll be coming away with a Tassadar, Mouth, or Lucio, or something like that, I would imagine. Just gonna put Team Naas in something of a pickle.
Yeah, so first ban is probably going to be a Zarya or a Tass. They may actually ban neither and leave one of them open for themselves. That's certainly an option here as well. But we have seen them put this first pick priority onto things like the Greymane, like the Arthas, and get that value out of the way. They've consistently banned Zarya all night. Right now, that is no change.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier tonight. If it is not broke, I wouldn't fix it. I mean, it's catapulting you further and further towards the finals to net those points to really get ahead in the Heroes Hype Tempo Storm series. So why mess with a good thing? Zarya is a super impactful hero. I wouldn't want to deal with her if I could ban her out. So, hey.
And it looks like we are going to see the Tass ban in retaliation here, kind of expected. It does leave these stronger first picks up, like the Malfurion, Arthas, arguably Lucio if you are Apex, and some other things thrown in there as well. Greymane potentially, Li Ming less so, but Li Ming could definitely be seen in that 2-3 slot for Picante. My guess is likely between Arthas and Malfury, and there is of course a lot less global potential on this map as well, because it is 2 lanes, so the Hacker and Falstad lose their value, but not unpickable.
If there is a situation where Li Ming, played by Picante, would come out, it's definitely this situation with this map. But I would really commend his play on Greymane so far. He's been pretty sharp about going out on flanks and securing those takedowns. That was really impactful in team fights against the Lizard Wizard. So if the 1-2 selection here gives the members of Players Unknown the idea that Greymane could again do that, I might go for Greymane here.
Yeah, I certainly agree. Greymane, this is probably one of the few maps where going cocktail build is less desired. You do get more value from going Wolfheart, so could see a trend go down that path. The Lucio, we're not seeing Apex on it. The streak is broken. Lucio Vala's kind of weird, but I respect the Lucio first pick.
The Lucio's a heads-up decision for sure. Take one of those items away. If you can't ban them, you may as well take them. Lucio's a very easy support to get value out of for sure. Vala with Tassadar and Zarya taken off the board. I agree. Something of a question mark. We could open the way for Medivh to show up. You never know.
Yeah, it could do. Mouth, of course, is the go-to after Lucio being picked up, and Greymane once again for Picante. Very standard telegraph draft so far. I don't think there's much to really talk about or say there are merits to right now. It is very basic.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where Vala fits in this composition. In situations we see them go for, like, the Monster Hunter build where they burn down the Immortals. This map is somewhat unique in that it dictates a different set of politics as far as prioritization goes. It just so happens that Players Unknown's comp that they've been pretty much running tonight fits with this map in terms of Greymane getting a ton of value. But we could see a situation where Vala's on their own melting down the Immortal while the rest of the team defends or something like that. But I'm really curious to see how that shakes out.
I assume it will be the Q build Vala, just to get that single target DPS with Monster Hunter increasing your race potential. I do like the Zeratul ban. Zeratul Malfurion is a very dangerous combo. VP plus Dream and Root follow-ups is nasty. The Anub'arak ban does lead me to believe that we may actually see a Li Ming here.
What would you do if this was Cho'Gall around this out? Would they dare?
No.
You ban Anub'arak so you don't have to deal with Cocoon.
No, you ban the Anub'arak because you're trying to pick up Li Ming, I believe. But Team Naas are
seemingly
savvy of that. And they pick up the Li Ming for themselves, seizing their opportunity. They actually grab their solo lane here as well in the Artanis, so they're looking for a tank which they know is unlikely to be picked up here in that 5 slot.
Yeah.
But Arthas Muradin could be a pretty good combo.
Haas, I just had a moment of self-actualization. There's this quasi meme that, I'm always looking for Cho'Gall in compositions, and I just caught myself looking for Cho'Gall. I always dismiss it. I was like, I'm not looking for Cho'Gall all the time.
Could be worse. You could be looking for a Lily here, which makes sense in neither comp. Neither comp.
Hey, man, once those buffs happen, Heroes 2.0, that new game Hero Storm coming out.
Medivh Valeera. Okay, so we get Cripsy's one trick and Domo's one trick. I like it. I respect it.
I thought we'd see style points to some degree, and it shows
I agree.
up in the form of Domavarian and Valeera. That's gonna be a brow raiser for Vala. That's gonna be a brow raiser for Li Ming.
Yeah. Valeera into Li Ming. Li Ming doesn't exist at that point, really. Let's be fair. Especially when 13 comes and you get Death from Above, I believe the talent is.
Valeera and Greymane jump on somebody. Lucio's gonna need precognition to know when to drop those sound barriers. Because I think we're gonna see Hero slain, and then everybody else remaining gets a shield. Because that's gonna be some burst damage to consider. Especially 13 comes around. Lower armor. That's scary.
Sure. This 5th pick, it had to be the tank. It was either Joe or the Muradin. They are going for more of a protective style rather than jumping in, so they do pick up that Johanna instead. Yeah, I think I just favor Player Unknown's comp. I think they're on their comfort picks. Picante's Greymane has looked solid all night. We get Domo on his Medivh. We get Cripsy on his Valeera. Mist has looked solid on Arthas. Apex, let's see how his mouth is, but let's be fair, he's one of the best supports in the amateur scene, so expect nothing less than close to perfection.
It's gonna be something of a challenge for sure for the members of Team Naas to really be effective. I think they're gonna have to survive the initial burst. With Valeera out there and you don't have any kind of scouting drone or anything, you're kind of in a very reflexive role where you're just waiting to respond to what they do. If they can survive that, they have Lucio, so they can chase somebody down and get a takedown there. They have some sustain, but position is going to be super important. On the left side, we got Players Unknown. Picante's on Valeera. Domavarian's on his Medivh. Mist is playing Arthas. Cripsy's on Greymane and Apex. Switching it up on Malfurion.
And on the right-hand side, they're looking to go towards this bot lane to start things off. Super Boss Guy on the Artanis. Gilderic on the Li Ming, Mortry on the Lucio, Wales on the Johanna, and the imposter that is Wafflecopter playing the Vala.
All 5 members of Team Naas in the bottom lane looking to scrap. Super Boss Guy jumps into the bush, doesn't find anyone, Missed. Gives a little bit of a wiggle, Moonburn spots it out. No aggression just yet. Both these teams looking to play it safe, and when you're going up against the Valeera and you don't know where she's at, I get it.
I just realized it's Picante's Valera as well. Interesting mix-up here for sure. I do like this. They're looking to burst down this Artanis and force him to tap early on, meaning that it is an easier lane for Domavarian. He's already jumped in, and that swap's actually put him out of position. Picante's coming in. This should be about probably a kill here, actually.
I feel your pain, man. Super Boss Guy is going to be the first hero taken down with the rotation from Valera. Gotta watch out. Something, you know, the Artanis swap can be something of a double-edged sword because you're so eager to get those Hal Sanic swaps. You want to make those plays that you end up putting yourself out of position. And Super Boss Guys have to play a little more safe this time.
Now Valera's back down bottom. They get the stun onto the Vala. No real follow-up. Nice 4-man condemn. The root comes in a little bit late. And they will just walk away from that one relatively unscathed as Valera makes her way back up towards this top lane. Immortal spawning in about 20 seconds.
You see the stable portal level 1 for Medivh, so added duration definitely will increase the shenanigans of Valera and Domavarian himself.
Kill.
Stun goes in. Super Boss Guy on the other side of the map, really trying to get something going for his team. Finds himself in an awkward 2v1. He is able to escape this time. And Domavarian eating some tower shots.
Yeah, for sure. Picante's probably just going to hang around here as well to try and track the Artanis' movement as he does move down after clearing that wave. In fact, no, he's going to go join his teammate. Look to pressure Gilderak on this Li Ming.
You see Picante hit a Jaws Muse. The stun goes in. Wafflecopter is able to vault out of there. The root goes in on members of Team Naas. Super Boss Guy looking like a pinata goes down yet again. And Vala gets taken down as well. Whales, low on health, is able to get around the corner. But, oh, was that a portal behind?
Yeah, that was an aggro portal, shield on top, and a Q to try and kill the Vala. That's what you don't get from your average Medivh player. That is the Domavarian factor. A little bit of a problem in that team fight for me was there was a lack of CC train. So the stun came in on the Vala, but the Arthas root was somewhere else. Then that mouth root kind of came down in between the two and ended up missing everyone. A little bit of miscommunication has to be ironed out if they want to find more success with this combination. We have hit halftime here, as both teams will probably look to the race. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Players Unknown look in with their level 4 advantage.
Yeah, they might just look to go on a full-on aggressive assault, and they do that. Wales has to use the Iron Skin, trying to get out of there. Super Boss Guy, he's got to be feeling the effects of these past couple of takedowns. So he might be encouraged to play a little bit more passively and getting ahead of your opponent. And continue to press an advantage. Picante daring, jumps out there, vaults back. Super Boss Guy eats some damage from missed afterwards. Domavarian zoning out. Swap goes in. Super Boss Guy on the retreat yet again. No takedowns just yet, Alex.
Yeah, none just yet. They are pressuring this in, however, doing the best they can. Morshi is getting very low. Something to note as both teams are just going to look to disengage here. No force armor on the Li Ming.
Interesting. Astral presence. So they're
Very
expecting these team fights
susceptible.
to become long-term. See what kind of value to get there.
Very susceptible to that Greymane burst, especially cocktail build, and that Valera coming out of the stealth. Has to be extremely careful moving forward.
Blue Team Immortal has a decent amount of shields, all considered. They enjoy a level lead thereabouts. Shield is going to get burned down by the poke. Value out of Vala and Li Ming for sure. Tower, this wall should be taken down, and then we'll probably see Players Unknown try to back out. But they do have, oh, Domavarian's at the top line. Never mind, I thought they might die.
So they're not really looking to get the fort here. They've got the well, and that's enough for now. Picante just getting the small wall to try and allow a better route out. Speaking of routes, there is one right away. Can't capitalize on it.
Rooted. I mean, we see some really solid play from Apex. These roots have been definitely a huge factor. Conte on the flank. Lucio gets ripped off the map. That burst damage is dead real, and that's before Go for the Throat. Joanna's going to get taken down as well. And when you make a statement like that, Haas, it's got to be a little demoralizing for the opponent.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're going up against Cripsy and Picante. They're combining things so well. Their damage, it comes in burst. And Lucio felt the full front of that. And then Johanna got chewed up and spat out by the wolf of Greymane there as well. Solid level lead already. We're only 5 minutes in. This is only going to snowball. We're seeing one camp down the bottom be picked up, and they're going for the aggro rotate here. Apex should probably look up there. It is scouting drone covering that approach, so they have the positional advantage here as well.
Yeah, I really love seeing this kind of scouting drone play. There's always an argument for this talent at level 1, whether you're going up against stealth or not. Having knowledge of the map, knowing when your opponent is going to show up, that's the difference between someone getting within stun and engage range or not. So that's really heads up play by Apex. They steal the Bruiser camp away and really twist the knife a bit further in the Team Naas, who are about to hit level 7, so they can look to make something happen for this next phase.
And the problem with that Bruiser camp as well, it is so important in this second Immortal phase. We're going to see players unknown go and grab theirs now, and this is going to pressure up that bottom lane, which is already weakened. They'll probably, dependent on spawn, look to get minion wave advantage down there as well. But the collapse is happening on top. Valera's been swapped.
Swap goes in. Conte gets some damage on Super Boss Guy, who has been having a really tough time there to get some aggression going. And Valera's not able to jump into the portal in time. Nets the second takedown for Team Naas, and that's at a critical moment. They could look to make something happen.
Yep, the Condemn actually interrupts the cast on the portal take as Gilderic is extremely pressured by Cripsy's Greymane. Has to get on out of there, as does the Greymane. And now we're actually 50-50. This is where Astral Presence is going to start to make value.
Short cooldown timers means they're going to be as a 5-man unit sooner rather than later. Johanna is going to get taken down, and that Bruiser camp's been left to its own devices this entire time. So the longer this team fight goes, it actually will favor the members of Players Unknown. Pachanti on the chase gets a good amount of damage on Wafflecopter. Super Boss Guy on Artanis. Every time he steps forward, he finds himself at half health.
Yeah, and that's either because he hits a swap and goes into the enemy team, or he actually misses a swap and is then out of position. It's kind of a weird way because, yeah, it's kind of horrible to play Artanis into this. And this Immortal spawn as well completely favored Players Unknown because, as you said, they had that camp push in the bottom lane. They're going onto the Artanis. He stepped forward, and would you look at that? He's half HP.
Lucio's trying to do everything they can to keep this front line alive, but the struggle's been real. The dash goes in, gets Artanis another shield, and Arthas actually going to get taken down, but Cripsy jumps in with Valera, and that's the takedown on Li Ming and Artanis. Greymane's going to go down as well. This turns into a bloodbath, Hoss.
Yep, out of mana as well is Apex. Wafflecopter trying to do his best to get onto that. The only damage left is Picante on that Li Ming, on that Valera, sorry. Now they're looking to pressure on in with Q-Build Valor. They can definitely reset this to halftime and establish themselves a lead. Waffle almost getting caught. Nice two-man condemn. Will pill somewhat. Kante will take the one-for-one trade there as they're looking onto Domo here. Ooh.
We're starting to see something of a hero brawler style of play from Players Unknown, and it's kind of costing them. I mean, they're getting takedowns, but they're losing the Immortal race by quite a bit. But they get another takedown on Johanna, so they're just looking to scrap. They're not too worried about being too practiced, I guess. When you're getting takedowns like that, why not?
And now the level 10 coming in as well. We're seeing the Cloak of Shadows instead of the Smoke Bomb. So Picante really looking to just get in and out rather efficiently. Leyline, Army, go for Twilight. Really nice combo. If you can't get the VP, you get the Leyline instead, and then the Dream/Root combo still works rather effectively. 10s are so close for Team Naas. It's just not close enough. They are going to have to give up this Immortal, even though they got a considerable amount of damage on in that first phase, but they're going to have to give it for now.
Yeah, in that melee and scrap, they were able to get ahead in the Immortal phase, and I almost thought this could be how they turn this around, but with the Rogues, it doesn't look like it's slowing them down. They're jumping in without their Rogues. This could be a critical mistake. Super Boss Guy gets damage on the Force of Will, and that's some 0 damage. Gildark, low on health, less than 50, finally is going to get taken down. Li Ming's out of the fight. Conte looking for the next moment to jump in. Low health bar members of Team Naas are able to get back there, protect the lane. Cocktail's real, Hoss.
Yeah, exactly right. Cocktail build can be so punishing. He is almost stacked as well. Just needs 2 more of those before his level 7 quest is complete. Trying to pressure in with their newly found heroics, but they just can't find anything here. They are going to try and get onto Cripsy. 4-man blind goes out.
And we see the ley line seal, but the sound barrier does land. We'll see what happens out of this. Apex is really low on health, and Wales actually could have potentially chased that down, but they would have lost their backline one way or the other. Vala, Valera.
2 resets.
2 cooldown resets are a thing. Twilight Dream? No?
Dream is now up.
Yeah.
When the leyline actually finished, there was about 3 or 4 seconds left on the cooldown of Twilight, so they could, if they were able to combo that perfectly, that would have been fight over. Nice timing of the sound barrier to come in there as well. They got it off, and they were actually allowed them to prepare after the ley line finish. So they got what they could. Li Ming found herself 2 kills, getting those resets, and a 2-for-2 trade overall, I believe. And the fact that Apex was forced out throughout that fight as well was really nice positioning from the Valor and the Li Ming to do so.
I mean, all considered, it could be worse for the members of Team Naas. They lose their top 4. The low one's seen better days for sure. Level 13 is around the corner, but they're showing some signs of life. Like, this is very unrefined play in team fighting. It looks like some of the damage is being spread around. But what we saw, once those cooldown resets came in, they can look to be a dominant force in these team fights.
Problem here is, does Domo want to take this fight? He can portal his team in. His Master's Touch is, of course, complete because it's Domovarian. You expect nothing less from that man. The bottom fort was taken, so that was a little bit more XP in the favor of players unknown. Super Boss Guy having to deal with this one now, and they're going to try and get this Bruiser camp as timing would have worked for them. Players unknown just going to brute force their way in with the talents here, but they're actually going to almost find the kill onto Miss. They get the rain and the swamp.
Leyline Seal goes in as well. Twilight Dream to follow up. Sound Barrier goes in. Let's press our keys and see what happens. Li Ming's looking for cooldown resets. Ends up being the first one to go down. Cripsy jumps out of there. Waffle Cop trying to get some kind of range damage in. Artanis again the Pinata. 3 heroes down inside of Team Naas. Make that 4. Waffle Copter has to watch out for these portals. They jump in. They're looking for the ace. They get it.
And that fight looked so good at the start for Team Naas. They looked in, they punished the Arthas, but then the Medivh shield came in at the right time. Great positioning from the Lucio as well to not get caught by A, the Leyline, or B, the Twilight. He got a really good sound barrier off, but as soon as that did finish, Go for the Throat came in on the Gilderic, Li Ming, and at that point, fight over. You can't rely on Valor to consistently put the damage out there while being pressured by Green Main Valyra.
Yeah, the sound barriers, it's on a timer. Once that shield goes down, if Li Ming's not getting a takedown, if Vala's not forcing the members of Players Unknown into a defensive posture, it's going to be hard to win team fights against this composition. And we saw that happen. They also were down their 13 talents here, so as gutsy as it was, it didn't pay off for them.
I mean, they tried getting what they could on the map by getting their bruises out because they knew that if they waited any longer, then it was up for contention. Unfortunately, they were just a few seconds slow. The pressure came in from Players Unknown. They almost lost it, but came out on top in the end. And now, while they're on even talents, the suppression pulse is going to come in, but can they follow it up?
Swap goes in. Super Boss Guy is not deterred at all. See the unstoppable. What heroics are available? Sound Barrier did come out there. Smoke Reed. He's pretty low. Miss. Oh, the teleport. The portal goes in and Gripsy goes off. 2 takedowns. Make that 3. 4. And it's only Super Boss Guy left who's just like, oh, it was just a prank, guys. I left my stove on.
Just a prank, bruh.
We're just memeing out here, right, guys?
Yeah.
Players are doing like, yeah, not so
I
much.
feel like that was it. That was the chance that Team Naas had. They were even talent tier, 13 to 15. They had to make something happen, but they just couldn't. Right now, their backs are officially against the wall. Full shielded, full health immortal, pushing your bottom keep. You have to fight past it. This is your only chance. Otherwise, this is game winning.
Yeah, a full shield immortal, that's going to go through that bottom keep one way or the other. I agree with you, Hoss. You just got to go for it. I mean, you're down 3 levels in the talent tier against a team who's been getting an upper hand in these team fights, but you don't have any more time to play it defensively. And yet, that's exactly what they're doing.
You see Domo just hanging around waiting to portal his team in. You see how Gilderic has to position so far back in order to just be safe. There's a 3-man 4-man dream.
Leyline into the Twilight Dream. Vala disappears off the map. Artanis is going to be the next to go down. C3 members. Lucio gets taken down. Gildark trying to get out of there. The portal goes behind them. That doesn't feel good. You see the whole ace, and that's going to be the game. If you were wondering why Medivh was getting banned out,
I'm a variant factor.
Exhibit A.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about. So Team Naas were playing very passively, and they just let Domavarian do his thing. Team Naas had to be the aggressors in that fight. Otherwise, Player Unknown were going to get the exact fight they wanted. They found the 3-man ley line into the 4-man dream into team wipe and game. So Team Naas had to be aggressive at the end there. They had to catch players unknown off guard and find something and force Domo out of bird form and then to be reactive rather than the aggressor. Um, players unknown, just the better team. Don't ever give Domovary a Medivh if you can help yourself.
And when you have players that can take these non-standard heroes and make them look like an absolute terror, that's how. I mean, it's the ultimate catch-22 because it's like, do I give you that pocket pick that wrecks us, or do we ban that and then you take the meta pick that wrecks us? Like, you're just in a really, really tough spot. So, kids, for the kid in the back, learn a hero that no one really expects.
Like Glogan. Glogan is Gazlo God.
Right. Be like Logan, because when you hit these levels like Domovarian, it's just you put your opponent in a weird spot.
It enables you to get a lot more drafts than you actually would. Like we saw it in the first game. Instead of banning out the Lucio, they banned the Medivh and gave Apex Lucio, and we saw the merit that had. It's just always something that's in your opponent's back of the mind. Then he'll bring it out like this, goes 6 kills, 21 assists, and 0 deaths, 67k damage with 24k healing. That's essentially half of what Apex put out as Malfurion. Domovarian is known for this hero, and that is why.
Yeah, I'm going to switch it back to the game screen for a second. I would note Medivh with the top hero damage.
Yeah, 66k. Yeah.
That is a...
over Vala and almost twice of Li Ming.
So...
And it was a greedy Li Ming play as well with Astral.
Yeah, I saw some folks in the chat say that might come back to bite them. They might have wanted that force armor. But I see the flex boys in the chat. I mean, the protein drinks and everything else are coming out. I mean, it's been... You know, I posted that Macho Man Randy Savage gif before we started. Are you ready for this, Haas? You ready for this? Oh, yeah!
Hey, nice.
Man. See, you kind of left me out there for a little while. Like, that half second of silence felt like an eternity to me, man.
Oh, it was.
Well, let's see here. So it's going to be players unknown going up against Blank. Miasma did fall to Blank for the finals. This is going to be a best of 3 affair. So, Blank will get to see players unknown at least twice. So, if this steamroll tradition continues to go, they'll be able to go back to the drawing board in the match and make some adjustments to see if they can make things happen there.
So, just based on previous results quickly, Blank actually fell to AFS 2-1 in HGC Open, and we saw Picante and co of Players Unknown dispatch of ASF relatively easily, it has to be said.
Yeah.
So this is set to be a very interesting best of 3, and I'm definitely looking forward to it for the week 1 finals. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this. Another thing I'd point out about that game as Arthas has come into the meta, it hurts my heart to say this, Haas, but I feel like Artanis has fallen out of the meta. Because what we saw there, Artanis even had a notion to be aggressive.
Yeah.
The moment he got touched by Arthas, he was either dead or the rest of his team was dead. Like, he just had no impact in those fights. I felt for him, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, before Arthas got his little rework, the reason that EU were picking Arthas was to counteract the Thrall and ETC meta, because those are both melee heroes which get punished hard by the Arthas. And now Arthas is stronger, more of those melee heroes are getting punished. Things like the Artanis. It's why we're seeing these top laners, we're seeing more Falstad and things like that in the top lane when it does come down to those globals, and it limits the top laners you can pick, because you can then just pick Arthas into that. If a team has Arthas in the top lane, sometimes you'll see a Tychus response to it and actually play a lane Tychus just to bully out the Arthas.
It's been tough. Hawks had to